Okay, how you doing? Well, as you see, we got the head off. Now, when I did that, I should have took the rods out. You take those out, and then you can pull the head off pretty much easy. But now down here is the electronic coils that we're trying to get to. And then there's a coil plate. Now, this here does disconnect from the carburetor. But what it is, it's got this thing, but you can't see it because it's got this gasket over it. But when you pull the gasket off, you can see where it fits right into on here. And there's your other plugins. Like I say, take pictures. You got these cameras nowadays, so you can take pictures of all this stuff. Yeah, just about. Oh, right here it is. There's where it went, and then that'll come out of right here and go down. So that's not a problem, but you're going to have to watch it because you're going to have to make sure you shove this piece back up through there, and then you can hook it in. And you can always make a gasket for that, a gasket material. So this is what we're trying to get to down here. This is where there's no spark. Then there's also maybe a coil sensor or a camshaft sensor under here, which I don't know. But right now my concern is getting the water out of the engine because I can't turn it. So I got to work on that. And I may end up pulling the whole block out of here, but I want to get that oil out of here. I got to get some rags and absorb that water, get it out of here as fast as I can. And then I may work on pulling the engine. Right now, I got this out. It looks pretty clean, except I'm going to clean it up and take this apart and put new gaskets in it. This is what those went over. These stupid things always break that hold your spark plug wires in. Don't worry about those. So we still can disconnect the carburetor from here. It's got these torque bolts in it. We can take the torque bolts out, disconnect the carburetor, and clean this whole piece up and put it together. This is a little rusted looking. We want to take care of that. When we're going to redo the engine, we're going to fix it up. Now they had one clamp on here which was hooked to this hose, which you almost have to cut the clamp off. That goes to your vacuum for your brakes, and then that connects up to there. But again, you almost have to cut the thing off because the way they got it designed, it goes into it, like clamps into the hose, and then it goes over this way, so you can get this piece to back up and bend it, but these two are dug into the hose, so it really made it hard to get that part off. So we got that going. Let me go get my engine cleaned up here, and like I say, down here is where we're going to put the coil pieces in, but I'm thinking I might pull the whole engine and disconnect it from the transmission. I got to see yet what's going on. I know that's going to take me some time. I may replace the water pump at the same time, and like I say, clean up all these parts in here, because that's what I want to do, is pull the engine and clean the parts and clean it up and fix it up. It's a neat car. It's a 92 Buick Century, which is a really good car. Every car is going to have its problems, but there's not too much rust on here. There's some body work. Now, as far as the body work goes on this car, I'm going to try to touch it up best I can. These fender wells are hooked in here by these screws, and you can see them, but I don't know what is. They don't want to let loose. They don't want to come out. And there's a plastic cover under there. If I pull that plastic cover off, I'm hoping that I can get to them. Like I said, it's a new radiator, so we've got that already. We've replaced. Don't buy a junkyard radiator. You know, if you're going to keep the car, a junkyard radiator just ain't worth getting as far as that goes. I want to get this in the house, get the water out of there. And thanks for tuning in. So we had to take the EGR valve off. That we had to do with thing, and I just left the water pump thing attached to it so I can work with that, and we'll get that as soon as we can. So this is what you got so far, and make sure you take pictures of everything. Like I say, you got these cell phone cameras. It don't take nothing to take a couple pictures and get that stuff done right. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll chat with you later. I'm just working on the cars. All right. Now, how do you end this thing? Yeah, what do you do to end this thing? Oh, you exit out. Okay, let's see if that works.